Today's story is set in Cheshire, England, 1978, 2nd of January, 11 p.m. And Geoffrey, Stephen, Keith and Glynn were all driving home from their local pub. None of them were intoxicated, only a few pints each. Geoffrey was driving. He didn't know the route home. He actually took a wrong turn down a country lane and proceeded to drive down the lane to see whether it was going to lead back out onto their road they wanted. Geoffrey was the first to witness this character. The humanoid figure was about 30 feet away from the car. It made Geoffrey brake to a halt. The lights were obviously shining down the country lane and was picking up the humanoid figure clearly. Geoffrey said, "Look, lads, someone's in the road. What is that?" They all take a look. None of them could identify exactly what it was, but they witnessed it to be about 6.5 feet tall, wearing an all-in-one white piece suit, and the boots were squared at the front, almost like they were designed maybe to slot into some type of vehicle, perhaps to provide more comfort, stability, sturdiness. And the helmet had no actual facial features on it. It stretched across the shoulders. We actually have one account from one of the fellas here, and he goes on to say the headgear was about 2 feet wide and about 18 inches deep. It was neither round nor square, but curved, being more flat on top. The arms hung motionless at the side, showing a forearm. It was dark grey or black in comparison to the rest of the suit. On the chest, 2 bright lights were flashing alternatively as like a strobe effect. Lights were surrounded by a small rectangular area on the chest. The figure actually begins to walk forwards towards the guys in the car, taking small and careful steps. The driver, Jeff, panics at this time and eventually puts the car into gear, and he drives away, narrowly missing a tree behind them. As a result of this, one of the guys in the back starts to suffer from an asthma attack. So Jeff and his friends decide to pull into the local farm. So they ring the police and report their sighting. We have an account from one of the police officers, a PC McCluskey. He says, "There was no doubt that the men were scared both visibly and physically. I think they definitely saw something. The lad who had a asthma attack, his knees were shaking. He was white into the face and couldn't speak properly." It could have just been 4 lads playing a prank on the police. It also could have been one guy dressed in an unusual suit playing a prank on the public. The lights on the chest, that would indicate that perhaps this isn't someone playing a prank. Otherwise, he's gone to a lot of effort to pull that off. It's unusual for people to ring the police and act scared about something like this. It does seem like there is some merit. To finish this one off, guys, the 4 lads voluntarily accompany the police down to the station to give testaments. They all do breathalyzers and all of them pass. None of them are heavily intoxicated. So tell me, what do you think about this one? Do you think that it's just a prank being pulled by some friends, or maybe a member of the public? Or do you think that this story has some credibility?